Welcome back to Weather Now. Joining me is meteorologist Justin Ballard from the Houston Chronicle to assess Houston's 90-degree day history. Welcome back and happy Monday, Justin.
Thank you. Happy Monday to you.
Okay, so you've done a deep dive at the weather data for the city. When on average do we see the averages come down below 90 degrees?
Well, let's keep in mind this is averages, right? 2 days ago, the 21st.
We're not there.
We're not quite there yet. We've got a little ways to go based on the 7 to 10 day forecast that I just saw.
And it's been quite a couple of weeks here when it comes to the heat because we didn't start off the month this way. We actually started off on a pretty nice note, and then it's just been blowtorch ever since.
And I kind of forgot, I was telling you kind of offline that I forgot that the first 2 weeks of September were actually below normal for the most part.
Tolerable.
They are tolerable. All the blue squares that you see on that calendar, I mean, even a couple of low 80s.
Wow.
Friday the 6th, that was a definite distant memory at this point. 83, 93 near average, and then the rest is hot history, as we'll call it.
Yeah, who flipped the switch for the heater on the 13th? Friday the 13th, we hit 97, and we just haven't backed down. And I looked at the data, too, on this one, Justin, and from the 13th to the 22nd, this is our hottest September 13th through 22nd on record. So,
and that doesn't, surprise me in any stretch.
Yeah, okay, so clearly this is not normal what we're having right now. When do temperatures usually start cooling off there into the upper 80s on a more consistent basis?
Usually by the time we get into October. Okay. Now, even then, October can be pretty toasty depending on the year. I know last year, the last weekend in October, I went to the Renaissance Festival.
Oh, yeah.
And it was...
It's hit or miss.
It was hit or miss. I'm like, I expect it to be a little cooler than this. But so October is when we start seeing those more consistent cold fronts. But even October, even late October, can still feature some 90-degree weather.
Certainly. What were the top 5 latest 90-degree days you found for the city of Houston?
They were 1991, October 29th. And we also had some... top five latest, I should say, 90-degree years. But believe it or not, none of them corresponded with the warmest summer.
Interesting.
So
Interesting.
Last year, 2022, 2011, 1980, none of those were, top 5 latest 90-degree days.
Okay, so not really a correlation there. Which is kind of nice, so maybe we will have some real treat come.
Maybe we'll eventually get some cooler weather.
Not that this was our hottest October ever, or summer ever, but it was certainly a hot one. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit more about how many 90-degree days we see on September versus October versus November. How about that?
Oh, yes. Let's talk about it. We've got a couple of graphics to show the change in temperature, if you will, from fall to winter, eventually, or from summer to fall, I should say. Yeah. And so on average, 90-degree days, we see 18 of those in September. 29 was the highest number, basically, the entire month.
Which was last year.
All-time hottest high temperature in September, 109. And that was in, you said?
2000. That was the great Labor Day heat wave of 2000. I was on campus at Texas A&M studying meteorology. Sweating. It was the first day of class. It was 111 there. And I was like, you got to be kidding me.
And then October, we typically start seeing, single digits.
Yeah, look at that.
Double digits. 5 90-degree days on average. 10 of those is kind of the highest number that we've seen. 99, the all-time hottest temperature. That's still plenty hot.
So we've never hit 100.
Never hit 100
in October. And then now here's the one I really want.
This is the treat.
This is the good one right here. November.
Look at that. 0 average number of 90-degree days in November.
Because none have ever been recorded.
So that's good. That's great.
Our average, or rather the hottest temperature ever recorded in November, 89 degrees. Now, I put this out there and people were like, don't jinx it. And I'm like, look, this is probably going to be broken, that record, at some point.
At some point.
Within the next 5 years, we're going to get a 90-degree. It could even be as early as this year, just given how warm the globe is and the waters of the Gulf of Mexico. But at least you're giving us some hope here.
A little bit.
That eventually,
I try.
Eventually things will cool off.
Whether it's 89 or 90.
All right, we're getting there. Justin, thank you so much, and we'll see you again on Wednesday, I suppose, this week.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Now,